Hey friends, it's Jennifer. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm back today with another mixed media page that you can see here. We're going to work on this page. And I'm going to start with a coat of acrylic gesso. I'm just going to take my paintbrush and just smear it all over this page. And I'm going to dry that with my heat gun. And today I'm just going to use some black paint. I'm just feeling the dark tones today, so I'm just going to spread it on here and cover the entire page in black paint. And of course I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. And I've got a piece of cheesecloth here, and I'm just going to take some glue and I'm just going to put it all over the page with my paintbrush, just smear it on there and adhere the piece of cheesecloth down to this page. I'm not doing it flat, I'm doing it with some texture up all over it and just layering more glue on top of it just to get those sections that are folded, just to get the texture there. And so now I'm going to take some distressed mica spray from, I think this is by Ranger. It's a gold color. And so I'm just taking it and spraying it all over the cheesecloth and drying it with my heat gun. And now I've also got some gold ink, and I'm just going to drop some drops on there. And I'm going to use a blending solution for alcohol inks on top of that just to get them to kind of run a little bit. And now I'm taking some metallic rose gold paint, and I'm just going to put it into my palette and mix it with some modeling paste. And mix the paint into the modeling paste and just run it through that stencil that I've got laid out here on my mixed media page. You can see that the white modeling paste really lightened up the rose gold paint. It's still metallic, but the color is very light. So I'm going to add in some gold alcohol ink in here to this, just to put some more of that gold shimmer look to it. And so I'm once again going to use the mica spray, the gold color, just to give it a little spray on top of that modeling paste that I ran through there and dry it with my heat gun. Now I've got some leftover napkin bits here that I'm just peeling the second ply off of. And I'm just going to adhere those to these pages with just glue. And my glue is a little bit watered down just because I don't like a thick glue to lay things like napkin and tissue paper down, because I don't need something heavy. I need something more watery that will just hold it into place. And so my glue is not like a thick glue, it's got water added to it. And so you can see I'm just putting it down here in spaces just wherever I want. I don't really have any rhyme or reason with this page. I'm just laying it down, pulling these elements out and just laying them down, and being gentle with the paintbrush, because napkin and tissue paper will tear if you're too rough with it. And so I'm going to dry this with my heat gun. And now I'm going to take some more of those gold alcohol ink drops and drop them on there with some blending solution and my heat gun just to run them across the page. And now I'm just going to take a regular piece of copy paper. I have laid down a piece of chipboard just to make it smoother drawing. And I'm just freehanding out like a leaf stem, just going in there, and no ruler, no template, just drawing whatever comes out of my pen. And I'm going to take some watercolor paint. This is a yellow color, and you can see I'm just going to add in some water. It actually winds up being quite a bit of water in here, but I'm going to mix that together. And I'm just going to go in here and paint it onto the copy paper, onto the leaves portion of the page. Again, not being too terribly careful. I'm outside of the lines at some parts, just staying, basically just sort of staying in the lines, but it's not perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. And so now I'm taking some blue watercolor paint and I'm going to add some water to it. And then I'm going to add some of the yellow, some of the blue into the yellow, because why use green when you can make your own green color? I don't mean anybody else like that. So here I'm just sort of painting it down the stem a little bit, adding some of that blue in there, that blue-green color. And I'm just going to take my ink pen and I'm just going to go back over the outlines just to make it a little bit darker. Again, not really staying in the line. I mean, I'm staying in the lines, but I'm just sort of making it, I want it to look hand-drawn and, you know, just unique. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut around this little leaf outline situation I've got going on here. And now I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to lay it down here, and I'm going to smudge it on there with the paintbrush. I'm going to put the glue on down first and then just use my paintbrush to spread out that paint a little bit and then place it down onto my mixed media page. And I'm just pressing it in there with my fingers. And I'm going to dry it with my heat gun. Now, I'm going to take some turquoise alcohol ink and just drop a drop on each of the leaves here. And use some of the blending solution to make that run. I'm going to use my heat gun to give it a little dry. So I'm just making sure the back side of the page is good. These are the pages that we've done so far. And so I'm just making sure it didn't bleed through there. And so now I'm taking a piece of tea-dyed book page, just ripped some off of there, and I'm going to put with my ink pad and my alphabet stamp, I'm going to put February 2025 on here just so I'll know roughly when it was done. And I'm going to take this and sew it around my sewing machine, which you see here. And I'm going to ink around the edges. And then I'm going to glue it down on the page. And so here it is before I've added my little heart to the page. But I've decided to add a black heart to the page. I just used some cardstock I had and cut out a heart. I'm adding a heart to everything that I do this year to remind me to love others, love myself, and my work better. So there's my heart on this page. And here is the final page. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope it inspired you to make some of your own mixed media art. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you the next time.